Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? It's Mrs. May. It's about 10 o'clock on Monday. I'm curious how many of you are still sleeping, have been up all night. Who knows, all right? But I do miss you guys. I hope you're doing well. Please, come on my live stream of office hours tomorrow or email me and set up a Google Meet. I'd love to see your face. We're definitely all trying to adjust the best we can, through all this. So anyways, for week 3, okay, you guys if you saw my post already, you've read through it, you can see you have 4 tasks going on this week. One is your autobiography, which really you guys should be pretty much done with. You should have been working on it the last couple weeks. If not, you're just kind of finishing up the touches, like this week, which is great. You also have a student success plan from Mrs. Klaus. I want you guys to answer it the best you can, complete sentences. Put X's in the areas where you would check something off, okay? Just kind of tweak it, the best you can so she knows, that you filled it out correctly, okay? Again, that's also let me or Mrs. Klaus know if you have any questions about that assignment, okay? But for the informational paired text stations you're working on this week, there are 2 passages, obviously, about plastic that you guys would have to read. So I'm going to read through passage 1, and kind of pause a little bit, and then I'll read passage 2. You guys at any time can pause, stop me, fast forward, rewind, anything you have to do to kind of maybe make sure I went over something or you didn't hear that word, or you just need to pause to go back to the questions, okay? So definitely use this video, to your advantage, okay? So here we go. Informational text, this is passage 1. The title is The Problem with Plastic. When it first became popular in the 1960s, plastic was hailed as a revolutionary material. Gone were the days of breakable glass and fragile paper. Plastic was sturdy, long-lasting, and becoming cheaper by the year. Now, plastic is ubiquitous. It is likely that, as you read this, there are literally dozens, if not hundreds, of items containing plastic within eyesight. Though benefits like durability and affordability cannot be denied, the negative consequences arising from our plastic obsession are becoming more and more alarming. And despite plastics being purchased in stores, used in homes, and discarded in landfills, one particular location seems to be bearing the brunt of plastics problems: the ocean. Due to a variety of causes, millions of tons of plastic find their way to Earth's oceans each year. Thanks to its durability, the plastic does not dissolve or safely biodegrade. Instead, it causes a host of issues for the myriad animals that claim the ocean as their home. Larger, heavy plastics or pieces of plastic often sink to the ocean floor, where they'll likely remain for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The smaller pieces lead to yet another threat. While floating plastic may not sound appetizing to you, small pieces of plastic often imitate the appearance of small fish, edible jellyfish, or marine plants. Animal stomachs cannot properly digest plastic, and as such, many animals die as a result of digestive systems full of plastic. Sea turtles, already endangered due to the variety of other factors, are one of many species being specifically affected by plastic pollution. A recent study indicated that over half of all sea turtles on Earth have consumed plastic. Researchers find that sea turtle death in connection with plastic consumption is becoming alarmingly common. After consuming plastic, sea turtles often die due to internal blockages or pierced intestines. They may also become poisoned due to the harmful chemicals found in the plastic they consume. Plastic's damage is not isolated to sea turtles. From microscopic zooplankton to majestic whales, plastic is wreaking havoc on ocean creatures both small and large. Researchers warn that if plastic pollution is not soon curbed, its current devastating effects may be impossible to reverse. All right. Informational text, passage 2. Plastic for dinner. Water pollution isn't a new concept. For years, researchers have monitored the ever-increasing amount of contaminants flowing into our Earth's bodies of water. In recent years, plastic has become a main cause of this contamination. Now, researchers have yet another concern: plastic in the ocean, after being consumed by fish, may negatively affect humans who consume seafood. Seafood contamination has been monitored for decades. Some hazardous substances, like mercury, have long been known to work their way up the food chain. Small animals consume or are exposed to dangerous pollutants, and larger predatory animals are thus affected after eating their contaminated prey. While this may simply sound like bad news for fish, it's worth remembering that humans sit atop this line of predators. Plastic in the world's oceans have become increasingly problematic for two major reasons. First, the amount of plastic entering the Earth's water system is staggering. Recent figures indicate that humans create over 300 million tons of plastic waste every year. As a portion of this sheer volume of waste enters the ocean, it often mimics edible substances and thus gets consumed by creatures both large and small. While the amount of plastic debris in the ocean is alarming, the composition of plastic creates yet another problem. As a porous substance, plastic absorbs other chemicals already found in the water. Like a sponge soaks up water, so too does plastic soak up mercury, PCBs, and other dioxins. As such, when this plastic is consumed by a marine animal, it transfers even more chemicals into the animal's bloodstream or tissues. Though it's not possible to know whether the fish you consume has eaten plastic, researchers warn that this possibility is often becoming more likely. Recent tests of store-bought fish have indeed shown increasing levels of potentially harmful chemicals. For those who eat fish infrequently, this likely poses as an insignificant challenge. For those who rely on fish as a major part of their diet, however, contamination resulting from plastic is now unfortunately cause for concern. Okay. So guys, real quick, I'm going to open up the stations that go with the reading that I just read, okay? So you guys can see here there's a couple slides. A couple of you are on it right now. Who is this? I want to pop up. Obviously two students. Oh, Connor and Amelia. All right, very cool. So they're getting a jump start already. As you can see, there's some slides over here, and these are all your questions, okay? So directions, read obviously the attached document, which I just did for you. Answer these stations accordingly, and I just really advise you guys, don't feel rushed. Like, do a couple this morning, maybe do a couple later, do a couple in the evening, maybe even break it up. You just may have to reread or replay the video that I've created for you, okay? You will create your answer document on a Google Doc, so just open up a new tab, type, make the title, put your name on it, and then just answer accordingly. Station 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Station 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then just make sure you are answering in complete sentences if the question is asking for, a sentence or so, okay? So station 1, you can see we have, you're going to start building your vocabulary, all right? Question 1 and 3 are asking you to, define what this word means, depending on how it was used in the text, okay? But again, question 2 and 4 are asking you to support that answer. So please make sure you're starting with the word ubiquitous is stated as this in the text because, and then you go back to the text, maybe take something off of, for text evidence, or you can just say, it was mentioned that this was, ever so blah, 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 okay? Just make sure you are giving me examples, okay? Station 2, comprehend the text, okay? So you are just comprehending what you read, all right? Making sure you answer the correct answer choice, and then you have to describe how that contributes to this article one way or the other, okay? Station 3, applying reading skills, okay? So what are some effects? What's an additional effect that was not mentioned? What are some tones that are developed in this article, okay? And then how would you support that? More reading skills, same thing. What's the main reason? Explain why. What's a summary of this expert? And summarize why. Just make sure you're understanding which one you're looking at. So plastic for dinner is the second passage, whereas, the problem with plastic was passage 1. So please make sure you know the difference between the two, okay? And then your last station, another 4 questions. More reading skills, okay? Selecting all that apply about the central idea developed. What is one that is not a central idea? How did these two passages differ from each other? and then obviously giving me a fact that you found in both articles. Okay, so just please make sure you're typing this out correctly, taking your time, like really reread the question, restate, your question and your answer, complete in, full sentences. Okay? Any other questions? Please email me. Again, like I said, live tomorrow from 10 to noon, Tuesday. So I will be there. You can pop on, ask me any questions you have, say hi, whichever. Or you can email me and we can set up our own chat, just the two of us, if you want to just talk to me without your distracting classmates, okay? Other than that, guys, I wish you a wonderful week 3, 5 more days until spring break. We can do this, all right? I'll see you guys soon.